Well, here we go. Let's talk a little bit about hockey and the NHL and their attempts at trying to restart the season. The NHL, since March 12th, when they put a pause in the season, has been in close contact with all the teams, with the players' union, with the players, venues, etc. Anyone involved in that league in terms of how and when can we restart this league. Currently, just to talk about currently, they've gone through all sorts of scenarios, and the players have a lot of input. There's 31 players on the voting board or the union board that's part of this committee, etc., etc. And the players, most of them, not all, have expressed a strong interest in resuming the season and not just jump right to the playoffs. The problem is, right when the NHL paused, it was the end of the season with just, 5-10 games left. A number of teams are already in the playoffs, but there were a number of teams that weren't. And there's going to be a lot of battle back and forth to see who gets in. So that's what they're trying to wrestle. It hasn't been decided who's in the playoffs. So how do they go about this? Well, they've also been in contact with medical professionals in the medical community because they don't want to feel like if they restart the season because they're a professional league, they get to jump to the front of the line regarding coronavirus and testing. What they've done is they've examined 8, 9, 10 different locations to see if they have the right facilities. And they're thinking of resume the season under 24-team format. So there might be 2 locations and 12 teams play in one and 12 teams play in another. Well, and it sounds like they want to have fans attend. So they've got to have mask situation, the testing situation, the medical testing kits. They got to have the medical personnel. The hospitals can't be overloaded in case people get sick. So they've got all these considerations. And one city they're thinking of is Las Vegas, because, for instance, in Las Vegas, there's a hotel attached directly to the arena. So the players can be essentially quarantined there while they play. It's a lot easier to control access to the hotel, to the arena, etc., etc. And I would think, they would have, anyone that comes in the building, that arena and or hotel, have to be tested. But we know that thermometer test alone isn't enough because people are asymptomatic. So they're going to actually have to have, I think, actual coronavirus testing kits that can be not take 6 days to figure out if you're sick, but maybe more like 10 minutes or an hour or 2 hours or 6 hours, whatever. And if I were them, I would test on the way in. I would test on the way out just to be safe. This virus is a sneaky little buggy. One of the problems that they have is 17% of the players in the NHL are from outside North America. So in other words, they're scattered throughout the world, most likely Europe is what I'm talking about, and Russia. Those are 2 big hockey hotbeds outside of North America. So how do you get them in with travel being shut down and countries being shut down and borders? That's another issue they're working on, kind of a thing. So the NHL has a lot on their plate, but it would be exciting if they could do it in a safe way because, I live in Minnesota here, the state of hockey, and the Minnesota Wild were battling for that that wild card position back and forth. I don't even remember where they stood, if they were in or slightly out or slightly in, I don't know. That's what would be exciting to figure this out. But they got to get it right. They can't be spreading the disease. If they do damage now, that damage could last for a long time to the league and or the communities. So you don't want that. History is a good teacher, if you will. So they'll learn. Anyways, what I like a lot is the NHL is in hand with the players and the players' union. They're hand in hand with these cities and the arenas. They're hand in hand with the medical community in each of these sites that they're considering. Like I said, they got 8 to 10 sites. They want to get it down to 2, and each site would have 24 teams. They'd finish the rest of the league year in some format, who knows what, and then have playoffs. And who knows if the regular season will be truncated or modified towards the end to get to the playoffs. Will the playoffs be modified? It's just a special case. Anyways, I applaud them for trying to take a very cooperative, collaborative approach. And as a hockey fan, let's hope for the best. Go Wild. And that's it for Sports Blab.